Alright, tonight's lesson is lesson 53, and we are learning about perimeter and the measures of a circle. So first, we're going to start with the definition of perimeter, and perimeter means the distance around a polygon. So the perimeter can not only be a rectangle like you see here, or a square, but it could also be a triangle or a circle. You're just trying to find the distance around something, and we're going to measure it. So what I have here is your formula. So P in our lesson today is going to mean perimeter, and when you see L, that means the length, and when you see W, that means the width. Okay, so if I have a shape like I have here, down here this is your length, and this is your width. Your width is how thick something is, and your length is how long it is. So when we go to measure a shape, to find the perimeter, you see I have 2L plus 2W, and why I have it like that is because you have one length down here, and you have two lengths up there. So whatever measure this, let's say that this was 2 centimeters. Well, you have 2 centimeters here. You also have to add a 2 centimeters up there too to get 4 centimeters. So we just multiply it. So we say 2 times whatever our length is because we have 2 of them. And same goes for your width. I have plus 2 times your width because you not only have one width over here, but also your second width over there too. So in our formula, we just go ahead and multiply them. Because we know for sure we have 2 of them when we're dealing with something with 4 sides, so a rectangle or a square. Okay, so let's go ahead and try it. So it says, what is the perimeter of the following shapes? So I kind of drew my boxes. This is for square number 1, this is for square number 2, and for number 3. So I'm just going to draw arrows so you can kind of see a little bit better. Okay, so in my first one, I know I wrote it kind of funny, and it looks like the formula. So I have perimeter equals 2 times the side that I'm not sure yet, and plus 2 times the side that I'm not sure yet. So I just kind of wrote it out so we can go from there. And then the last one, I want you to try it completely by yourself. Yes, on these notes, I want you to write it with the formula, though I know some of you are going to do it in your head quickly. But just so you know where your answers are coming from, I want you to write it in the formula way. Okay, so here we go. So first, I know from my formula up here that when I'm dealing with a rectangle or a square, it's 2 times the length. Okay, so my length right down here. So I don't have a number down here, but I do have one up here, and these match. These are exactly the same. So I have 3 centimeters up here, and I have 3 centimeters down here. So 2 times 3 centimeters. I don't have room, but it would be 3 centimeters plus 2 times, now I need to find my width. I have 2 centimeters here, so I have another 2 centimeters over here, so 2 times 2. And so what we remember, if we have parentheses, parentheses say do me first. So I need to go through my parentheses. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 2 times 2 is 4. Now I just add them, 6 plus 4, 10. What is my unit? Centimeters. So the perimeter, or the distance around number 1, is 10 centimeters. All right, and let's do number 2. Again, I need to find my length first, so I'm gonna look, okay, my length, I don't have anything down here, but I do have my answer up here, 6 centimeters. Now don't just write 6, because remember, well, you write 6 down here, but with your 6 centimeters, you have 2 of them. So 6 and 6, so I wrote 2 times 6, because I have 2 of them. And now I need to find my width, 2 times, well, here's my 5, and here's my 5, I have 2 of them. So now I just go through and do my parentheses again. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 2 times 5 is 10, and then I add them together to get 22, that's my label, centimeters. So the distance around number 2, the perimeter of number 2, is 22 centimeters. Number 3, I don't have anything written. I want you to try to do it by yourself. So go ahead and pause the video. Do it exactly like we did 1 and 2. Make sure you have your parentheses and you kind of go down in those 3 steps. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And then hopefully you've already done it and you're checking your answer. Okay. So I'm going to draw my parentheses. I'm adding parentheses. Okay, so first I'm going to find my length, and my length is 2 centimeters. So I'm going to do 2 times 2, because remember it's 2 centimeters, but I have 2 of them. I'm going to find my width, which is 8 centimeters. I'm going to do 2 times 8, because remember I have 8 centimeters, but I have 2 of them. 2 times 2, 4. 2 times 8, 16. When you add those together, you get 20 centimeters. Okay, now we're going to look at this next question, and it says, what is the perimeter of this triangle? Okay, and if you remember, we talked about hash marks. This is an equilateral triangle, if that helps you. We talked about hash marks, and there's a 1 here, a 1 here, and a 1 here. And if you remember, that means that all sides are the same if they have the same number of hash marks. So labeled down here is 12 inches. So if this side is 12 inches, then this side must be 12, and this side must be 12. So when we are trying to find the perimeter of a triangle, we want to know what is the distance around the whole thing, this whole shape. Okay, so if I were to do that, hopefully in your mind you're thinking, okay, well, the perimeter equals 12 inches, and how many of those do I have? 3. So then if you were to come over here, do your problem. 3 times 2, 6. 3 times 1, 3. You would get your perimeter is equal to 36 inches. So that's just a way to show you that perimeter is not always just with a square or a rectangle. It's also with circles and triangles. And our last part of our lesson is our circles. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Perimeter is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so draw your circle, and then you have a line going through the middle, a dot in the center, and the line from the center to the outside. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of talk to you about what these pieces mean. Tomorrow in class, we're gonna do an activity that uses circumference, radius, and diameter. Okay, so circumference is the perimeter of the circle, the outside, so your orange. This is your circumference. It's the perimeter. It's the outside all the way around. Okay, your radius is the distance from your center to the curve. So anywhere. You could have a radius from the center over here or the center over here. That is your radius. And then your diameter is all the way across. So you're in your center, but you're going one way and the other way. So I wrote here, distance from the center to the curve, 1/2. Because if you look, a radius is from the circle to the edge. That's only 1/2. The diameter is not only 1 radius, but 2 radius. So it's worth 1. So we will talk about that more tomorrow and do kind of an activity with it. And here's your lesson practice. You only have 3 problems. Find the perimeter of these 3 problems. So this says 15 inches, 2 inches, 3 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and then this is an equilateral triangle that says 4 feet.